What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. We are talking tonight about the David Cody Memorial, and we are going to be going over the card as well as more exclusively, we're going to be going over the main event. Now, with that being said, I have several guests in the studio. They are just waiting to get on here and tell you all about it. So, the way the way we normally do these press conferences versus the way we're doing this one tonight, just a slight modification. So what we've opted to do is we're bringing in the promoters first. We're going to have the promoters on for each respective brand, and they're going to talk about what the show means as well as what this matchup means for them and their competitors. So, welcome to the show, Mr. Cole McAbee, Pro Wrestling Union.
Yes, sir.
And welcome to the show, Mr. Jimmy Ward from American Wrestling League. All right, gentlemen. So, the David Cody Memorial, we are 11 days away. And this is shaping up to be the show of the Carolinas for the year.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It is currently the largest pro wrestling event in the Carolinas scheduled.
Right. Now you've got 10 matches, live music, full concessions. What else do you want to add to this? You got a carnival, you got, a fair. What else you got?
I think we got enough, really. The 10 matches speaks for itself.
That I agree with. I have the card with me. If you want me to go through it, that we can handle.
Yeah.
We've got Corey Sparks taking on Garrett Sinclair.
Good matchup. CPW match.
That's going to be a solid matchup.
That's an old poster.
Got Crucifix versus the Commodore Legion. And this is for the NCW Championship, correct?
Yes. Commodore Legion is the current NCW champion.
All right. We've got Jeff Connolly versus Devin Cruz. Or Jeff Connolly and Devin Cruz versus Whiskey Business. I misspoke. My bad. Things happen.
Yeah. Listen, this match right here, I think this is a sleeper match. This is the one that's going to probably steal the show.
It has all the ability to. I see Whiskey Business on the regular, and there's a lot of people that sleep on that tag team.
I think Jeff Connolly and Devin Cruz, I've never seen them work together. I don't think they've ever even met, but when they meet and they work together on this match, I think they're going to realize that they make a really great tag team because their wrestling styles are going to make a powerful statement.
Right. We have AWL presenting Chris Vallo versus Antonio Morgan.
Another great match.
Antonio's undefeated in AWL and locally hated, looking to spoil that one.
Yes.
One of my top matches for the night is this one here. Moody versus Suicide.
Yep. That's the one I'm looking forward to right there.
It definitely is. Because you've got Moody, who's, been around a little over a year, coming out of the Palmetto Wrestling Academy under Ethan Case. And you've got TNA's own Suicide. So it's one of those things where
you wouldn't know that Moody is a year out.
No.
You wouldn't know that.
And going up against a veteran like Suicide is a huge, huge opportunity for him.
Yep.
Yeah, Buggy Wright and Brittany Jade against Luca Daniels and Jasmine Howe.
That one right there is going to have the crowd hopping.
That's going to be entertainment from start to finish because all four of them in the ring are magic anyway. They're very crowd involved, so that's going to be a fun one.
And one team definitely despises the other team, even when they're not teaming.
Oh, that it doesn't matter. Those four people there hate each other.
Yeah, Buggy and Luca don't like each other. Jasmine and Brittany are not friends.
No.
So that's going to be a good chemical mix.
Agreed. We've
Oh,
got the blue chipper Chase Emery going up against the blue collar badass in JD Drake.
yeah. And then you
Chase
go.
Chase getting a nice opportunity here against a traveled television talent, currently on TV, being used a lot on Ring of Honor. Um, but as always, he's got Derek Vanderford in his corner, so we'll see if the G is going to make the difference with the blue collar.
What we'll see is what he's got up his sleeve, because he's always got something up his sleeve.
Yeah, the question always comes to mind with me though is when you know you're going up against Chase Emery, when you're his opponent, do you ever think to bring somebody with you?
And
Just a
Well,
thought.
let me ask you this question then: if you're somebody like JD Drake, do you really need a backup?
No, you don't. But it'd be, there's occasionally, especially with the amount of people that hate Derek Vanderford and the people that hate Chase Emery, there's probably just a quick phone call away that would show up.
JD Drake is going to have the backing of every single ticket buyer that night. That's his backup.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. For the CPW championship, we have almost 4 years running Cam Jackson defending against the legend himself, Deion Johnson.
Lots of bad blood there.
Them two don't get along, and it's documented. We saw it at the last Pro Wrestling Union show, and I was in the back when all that went down, and I was like, "Oh my, just don't land on me or my gear, and I'll be fine," because I thought it was going to boil over.
Cam told me that he intends to reach the 4-year milestone, and said it in a tone I ain't never heard him speak in. So I feel like he's bound and determined to carry that CPW belt for 4 years.
Man. And of course, the main event of the evening, and this is what we're here to talk about, is going to be the Rolls Royce of Wrestling, Brino Royce, defending the AWL heavyweight title against the top dog of the industry in Bebop. Now, you guys have spent a lot of time with these talents.
Right.
Cole with Bebop, Jimmy, you with Brino.
Yep.
And I've been around both of them for years as well. This has gotten personal. This has gotten, I mean, some could even say that this has gone well beyond professional wrestling.
Well, you have two young talents who have fought their way up from the bottom to achieve greatness. They both carry championships. And so anytime the two are going to have to face each other while carrying those championships, the tension and the pressure mounts, and everything comes to the top, and it just creates an environment that's hot. It's very hot. I think Cole would agree on that. Bebop has beaten some really great guys to become the Pro Wrestling Union champion. Brino outlasted 5 in a tournament, 5 healthy opponents. So both of them have had to go through some top talent to get to where they are, and they don't want to bow. They don't want to give none.
Right.
It being the best. So I think the matchup is going to be really intense.
Cole, your thoughts?
Well, I think Jimmy said the majority of it. I mean, both of these young guys, and they are young, let's keep that in mind. These are guys that are going beyond the establishment point. Bebop, who has been around just a little bit longer, but he has Just between Pro Wrestling Union, Classic Pro Wrestling, and now with this opportunity here with the David Cody Memorial, he's really trying to submit that he really belongs to the top. But on the flip side of the coin, you got the new kid on the block, which is Brino Royce, who seemingly seemed like out of nowhere, he just came in and the business was clicking with him and people were putting their eyes on him. And then he got into this opportunity for the AWL Heavyweight Championship at Gateway for the Gold. And in all honesty, a lot of people were not backing this young man when you had other people in that matchup, including one of the veterans of the Carolinas, Black Cat Deion Johnson. But at the end of the day, it was all gold Brino Royce that came out on top, blew everybody away. And he's got a huge chip on his shoulder now that he has got this heavyweight championship, being the first heavyweight champion for American Wrestling League. He wants to go beyond just being a man holding a championship. His focus is different. Jimmy even can speak for this. Ever since he got that championship belt, he sees things a lot differently, and he has bigger goals than most people his age. And this is, for him, this is a stepping stone.
Yeah. Well, it's his first title defense. So, and it's against another champion. So It ain't just like somebody stepped up and challenged him. It's against another champion. So, and a champion that could very well unseat him from the AWL title. So, he knows what he's up against, and I think what we saw from them previously was just pressure, strategy, and everything trying to come into play to try to throw the other one off,
right?
Mentally, before they get in the ring with each other. Like I say, the two of them together creates a lot of energy, lots. And I don't think either one of them, nobody ever wants to lose, but when you're both champions and you're representing two different promotions, it just takes things to a whole different level.
Now, I'm going to start off with Cole with this question. As you both have said a lot of great things about both opponents here, or both competitors in this case, in Brino and Bebop. What does Bebop mean to you and Pro Wrestling Union as a competitor as well as your champion?
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to condense it as much as possible because I know we got a lot to go through. But my position with Pro Wrestling Union and everything, we strive, and we'll talk more in depth in what our end goal is, but we strive a lot more than just the singular promotion, so to speak. So when we partner with Jimmy Ward, with American Wrestling League, or Heroes of Legends Wrestling, and a few others, we have this tagline, and it is uniting excellence, and that means for all talents. Now, the lineage of the PWU Heavyweight Championship is actually a pretty rich one, considering that it's only been around for a little over 3 years, going on 4 years. You had your first champion, Outlaw Randy Wayne. He defeated Patrick Scott for it. Then you had the Good Doctor, Landon Hill. He held the championship. You had Chase Emery that had a lengthy reign. For a little while, we had an interim champion in Drew Hood, who's probably the hottest commodity in professional wrestling in the Southeast right now. And his stock keeps getting higher and higher. But at the end of the day, our current champion for Pro Wrestling Union is Bebop. He's been there since the very beginning of Pro Wrestling Union. He's only missed one show that I can think of. And he has started from the very bottom. He's done tag team. He was the first ever Carolinas champion, and he worked his way up by going through some of the toughest competitors in the Southeast, including Impact Wrestling star, the Southern Savior, John Schuyler.
Oh, yes. Yes.
That was a great match.
So I have watched this young man grow from a young man who is trying to get to that next level to finally competing and completing that level. So, and plus, outside of the ring, he's an honorable person. He's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. He has good business sense. He's a pleasure to work with. He's a great representative of Pro Wrestling Union.
Excellent. Now, Jimmy, I'm going to ask you the same question, and I do take into consideration that AWL is just getting started, and Brino is your inaugural champion. What does Brino Royce mean to you and your promotion as a talent and champion?
Well, of the guys that were in the tournament, I mean, any one of them I would have been proud to have had as a champion. And I feel like would have represented us in the way that we would like to be represented. Brino being, I think, maybe the youngest of that tournament is we're proud to have him. He brings a whole different style. And it wasn't even a style that I was expecting, but I like it. I like the way he carries himself. He's a professional. He speaks proper. He dresses nice. He's calm, cool, and collect in the ring. And he's proud. He is as proud to have that belt on him as we are him to carry it and represent us. I think the young men in this sport are the future of the sport. And I think even though AWL is just getting started, I think Brino Royce is too. He's just getting started. And I might add to this what we were talking about just a while ago. Brino and Bebop have met once before, and it was at CPW last year. And so not only is this champion versus champion, Bebop is up by one. So the pressure is really on our guy to even the score.
That is true. Guys, it's now time. We're going to go ahead and bring them on air as well. Let me see how this layout is going to work. We're going to try something different here. That's not definitely not what I had in mind. We will just go with this.
Yeah.
So, I see Mr. Royce. How you doing, sir?
You look good, Cole. Big Jimmy, what's good, baby?
Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Chilling in the music room.
Yep. And there's Bebop. Bebop, how are you doing this evening, sir?
I'm good. How about y'all?
Doing good.
Hope all is well.
Well, it's always a good night to be on air talking professional wrestling. So there's that. You two, for all intents and purposes, have made some of the most noise in the Carolinas in a long time. And that's a legitimate statement. There's a lot of history between the two of you that has been made. And then I think y'all two have some history to make coming up as well. Bebop, Cole mentioned earlier you were the first ever Carolinas champion for Pro Wrestling Union. And you're the current champion after defeating the linear champion in Chase Emery. You also have held titles in multiple other promotions, be it CPW or it was Eastern. That's all I can remember. It had East in the title of it or in the name of the company, but that's about all I can remember for that one. So you've been around the block. How many years have you been wrestling?
I'm going on about 6 years, June 7th.
June 7th will make 6 years. Okay. Yep. So with 6 years under your belt in professional wrestling, how long did you train prior to that?
I trained a good let's see. I broke in about November under Jamie Lee, and I started June 7th. So about 6, 7 months. 6, 7 months.
Okay. So, needless to say, you've run the roads, you've been around, and now you find yourself holding heavyweight gold.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Right.
sir.
Mr. Royce, we know you as the inaugural heavyweight champion for AWL.
Yeah, say that again.
The inaugural heavyweight champion for AWL.
Like a president.
Yes, like a
Yeah.
president. Well, we also know your involvement with King Enterprises as well, being the vice president of King Enterprises and keeping up with the day-to-day operations thereof. Now, you in ring, you're what, around the 18-month mark in ring competitor or 2-year mark?
We're at like 2.5 now.
You're at 2.5 now. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was closer to 2 than it was 18 months, but I didn't know it was 2.5.
Time fly when you're having fun, Ron.
Tell me about it. I keep really good time. You know that. So with that being said, prior to your breaking into this industry, you trained for how many years for this?
Like 4.
So when you combine everything up, you guys are both sitting at that 6-year plus mark. Okay, that kind of levels the playing field a little bit more than people would have anticipated. Now, Brino, you are the younger competitor in this. So I'm going to start with you on this question. How do you prepare for an opponent like Bebop?
Man, doing what I always do, hitting the gym, eating right, get in the ring. The formula doesn't change, and I think if we pay attention to how quickly I'm doing what I'm doing, the formula's fine. I think we see that not changing up the formula keeps me on track. I'm good. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. This is actually the type of competitor I need to keep me going forward.
Fair enough. Bebop, how do you prepare for an opponent like Brino Royce, who, for all intents and purposes, doesn't have the video library that you do?
I take one step at a time. Wake up, work out, study tapes, study opponents. Stay focused at all times. You know.
Well, that was short and to the point. You guys, like I say, y'all met once before. You met at CPW's 50. Wasn't that 52 Reasons, Jimmy?
Takeover.
That was Takeover back in September. Okay.
That was a great show, by the way.
It was. It was. I've just to kind of add to that statement about great show. I'm still signing copyright infringement from that. As of a month ago, I'm still getting hit for copyright infringement from that show. So yes, it was an amazing show. Now, Bebop, you came out victorious in your first encounter with Brino Royce. What do you think has changed, or do you plan to run the same game plan going through this?
All I'm gonna say is everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. You just go in there, you do your thing, you stay focused, and you just walk your dog if you get what I'm saying. You can't take someone such as Brino lightly, you know? Even though he hasn't necessarily been in the game as long as I have, he's still a very smart character. He's still a very smart cat. So you can't let your guard down with him for 1 second.
Brino and I and Michael King recently, when we were in Tampa, Florida, we were watching a lot of Bebop's matches, particularly the CPW one, studying up on Bebop's consistency in the ring, what he likes to do, what's worked for him, and things like that. So Brino was smartened up on a lot about Bebop that Bebop may not even be aware about. So he's doing his homework.
Now, Brino, in the last matchup with Bebop, as we've mentioned earlier, Bebop did take over on that one, and he did get that win. With that being said, what are you planning to do to prevent that repeat from happening?
Well, there won't. It's physically not a reason for that to repeat. I want to go back to something Bebop said when he said he's gonna get in there, he's gonna do his thing. And the problem for him is his thing is the reason he not gonna win. The singing, the dancing, that ain't gonna cut it. I'm 60 pounds down. I'm lighter, I'm faster, I'm stronger. I hit harder. Doing the same thing you did last time ain't gonna work. You're not facing this fat kid with a t-shirt on who, like, we're trying to mat wrestle for 30 minutes. It's a different kid. You're dealing
you're
with
a champion now.
an
You're a champion
undefeated,
now.
undisputed, inaugural champion. Very first defense, this is going to define the AWL. If I don't win this match, one, I'm out of a championship. Two, that means I was never meant to have it in the first place.
Okay.
So, what are you planning on bringing to the table differently besides a smarter, faster, stronger Brino?
Tenacity, power, speed. I mean, I could not be more thrilled to have an opponent like Bebop because he's such an athlete. He's so talented. He's so strong and probably one of the heavier guys I've wrestled thus far. Last time I tried to get over that hurdle, I didn't make it. I want to see what I can do. I want to see what I have been doing pay off.
Very good. Now, it's odd to me, and this question will kind of be more towards Bebop and Cole McAbee. I find it odd to me that we have a champion versus champion matchup where one title is on the line. With that being said, let's say Brino wins this matchup. What does that mean for Bebop and Pro Wrestling Union?
Well, what that means, because I know that question's come up, and Jimmy knew this answer before this match was even signed. When the PWU Championship has somebody putting in a rematch clause, which is actually being put in effectively for July the 22nd, that championship's held up. It can't be defended until that rematch clause has been fulfilled. So, in regards to what this can actually mean, because something that we need to go ahead and get past right now, and maybe I'm revealing a little bit more than I really should, but Pro Wrestling Union is not just a singular promotion. So with that being said, you have somebody like a Brino Royce who comes onto a Pro Wrestling Union show. He carries the AWL championship with him. You go to some of these other promotions, they don't even recognize champions from other promotions. They try to say, no, they don't exist, they don't matter. That's not how that rolls at Pro Wrestling Union. We have talent that expands all over the East Coast. And you know this, Ron. So in this position, this is a very unique position for Brino. Because if he can manage to get a victory over Bebop, that improves his chances to going after the PWU Heavyweight Championship later on down the line. And I know that is something that Brino has expressed deep interest in, is obtaining PWU gold in his near future. So really, in this case, Bebop has the most advantage in this. Everything is on Brino at this point. And I see that, and Jimmy sees that. Brino definitely sees that. So this is where I think this matchup is going to be very, very interesting, because there is a lot more on the line for Brino than it is Bebop. And I'm not trying to say anything against Bebop, because I have all the confidence in the world with you. But I'm also seeing a young man who has gotten a taste of gold. And as a former wrestler myself, because amongst the panel over here on the top, I'm the only person in here with wrestling experience. And I know what that tastes like. To have that championship, to have that winning purse, that's something that you don't let go very lightly, especially when you're backed into the corner. Would that be something that you guys would agree with?
Absolutely.
No argument here.
So in this case, it's a bigger deal for Brino. And that's not saying the AWL championship doesn't mean anything to Bebop. I know for a fact that he would love to obtain that championship belt. Just like I know if Bebop was, hold on, Brino, hold on. If Bebop, was to obtain, I'm using was to obtain that championship, I know that Jimmy Ward will still welcome Bebop with welcome arms as the champion, because he has to carry on the banner of AWL with a champion and one that is going to be there. So, same rule would apply for Pro Wrestling Union. That's our stance in this. There's no taking sides here. As far as me and Jimmy goes, we see this as good business.
Yeah. Yep. I think the fans and anybody that's watching, it goes beyond the match poster. Yes, it looks good. Both men standing there with belts on their shoulders, claiming champion versus champion. But there's implications that, long-term effects coming from this one. There's good and bad. So I can't imagine. I mean, guys get in the ring and battle for championships all the time, but when you have two champions from two separate promotions, I mean, it goes a little deeper than bragging rights and stuff like that. There's just so much that could change, or so much that could happen from one man losing and one man winning. It's a lot. It goes a lot further than just a champion versus champion. It changes a lot of things either way it goes.
This is accurate. This is going to have quite the butterfly effect, so to speak. Now, Bebop, what are your thoughts as far as that goes? A shot at another piece of gold, but if you lose, that's another potential contender for the gold you're currently holding.
I mean, Ron, I'm not considered the top dog for nothing. If I go into this match and hypothetically lose, maybe it's a bad night. Maybe it's just my shoes wasn't tied tight enough, whatever. I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to get up, dust myself off, and try again. And to answer your question about a potential me potentially defending my championship, I have no problem defending my championship against anybody at any place, anytime.
So there's a lot to it. Brino, it was just mentioned in that most recent thing that out of everybody, or out of you two, you have the most on the line in this matchup. what does that pressure do to you?
I thrive on it. Nobody. First off, nobody loses this wrestling match. Now, would it be great for me to submit and start really my championship reign? Sure. Would it be great for Bebop to win? Sure. But the only winner in this match is professional wrestling, and we are going to elevate the sport, no matter who wins it. People gonna talk about this match. People that miss it, they gonna lie and say they were there. Nobody loses this match. However, I will do what I have to keep this belt, but nobody loses. This is gonna push wrestling forward, regardless.
I think this is gonna be a trendsetter matchup. I couldn't think of a better opponent for Brino in his first title defense than Bebop. It's going to be tough for both guys, and I really believe that it's been almost a year since they had that match. In just a couple of months, we'll be at the 1 year mark. So a lot has changed for both men, and I think they can prepare for this match. But until they are standing across from each other in the ring, they have no idea what either is coming with. And it'll be a figure it out as you go match. And that is going to be very entertaining to watch.
Fully agree.
Definitely. Now, there's been a lot of social media banter when it came to the two of you, the competitors in the matchup.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, well, one thing I've noticed is I see you two have this social media interaction and even screenshots of messages back and forth of griping at each other. Then all of a sudden I see a handful of other people attempting to do the same thing poorly. So there's that. But I noticed you two have a genuine gripe against each other when it comes to, where you're at. Why is that?
I had to wake him up.
I got to ask the question though, because regardless of what Bebop knows, Brino, you and I, we talk a lot, do we not?
We do.
We do. And this was something that I was not made aware of or anything until it happened. Now, I remember that there was an individual, and I'm not going to say names or anything like that, but I remember them making comments in regards to your mom and her appearance. And your mom's a very beautiful, attractive lady, a lovely lady. But I know how that infuriated you. Was that inspiration for your choice?
Precisely.
Okay.
Exactly. Again, like there's no losses in life. There are lessons, and nothing is better than something you've already went through, already experienced. And for me, it was recently experienced. So it was like a no-brainer to put it into action, and it worked beautifully.
You claim it worked beautifully. Bebop, you want to tell me what's going on here?
Oh, it's serious. The shade's coming off.
Yeah, I get into the glasses off.
To get straight to the point, Brino, you said that it woke me.
It did.
Brother, let me tell you something. You may have thought you were jumping in a little goldfish bowl. Brother, you just jumped into the Pacific Ocean. You are swimming with the sharks right now. You have woken something up in me that has not been woken up for a long, long time, brother.
You're welcome.
Now, let me ask you this question. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to go there?
Went there. It's done. Already did it. I'll say this. I won't say her name again. As long as this Bebop right here that I'm talking to tonight, as long as I see him June 3rd, I won't say her name again.
Brother, believe me, you're going to get this Bebop. You're going to get a Bebop that you've never seen before.
You know how
And
ridiculous
it's not going
sounds.
to be the dancing type. It's
Good.
going to
I
be
don't
the
want to see
ass
him.
kicking
I
type.
don't like him. I hope so.
Well,
So it went as far as profile pictures getting reported. Screenshots were shared as I mentioned earlier. Bebop, I understand how you feel as a married man and a father myself. You know, the king must protect the queen. I'm with you on that. However, however, I think you might be letting your emotions get a little ahead of you. This is still a professional wrestling contest, which there is a referee, there are rules. It's sanctioned by the wonderful people at the South Carolina Athletics Commission, and you know, there's a lot there, and with you in this emotional frame of mind, how do you plan on keeping your emotions in check and keeping yourself in control of those emotions so that a young and a hungry, talented performer doesn't take the top dog down a peg or two?
Trust me, Ron. I'm not emotional. I'm just focused.
Okay.
Everything aside, it's all fun and games till that bell rings. Let's put it like that.
I want to say this. Brino and I talked once that exchange took place, and I told him I don't fault Brino for using a personal attack strategy, because a personal attacks can do one or two things. It can fire up the emotions so much that it makes a man a beast, or it can make a man an emotional wreck, therefore weakening him, causing him to be a mess in the ring because he's so pissed off about the personal attacks. It can be a distraction, and it can be a strategy that works. I'm in this sport. Personal attacks are not uncommon, and a person that resorts to that strategy can't be at fault for anything other than trying to win.
Right.
Where did Brino go?
We seem to have lost Brino momentarily.
Well,
I'm gonna take this opportunity to catch up on some comments coming in, and hopefully Mr. Royce will be rejoining us momentarily. Um, Mr. Childers chimed in. Hello, gentlemen. Dropping by to say hey and wish all the best. I know this show is going to be awesome. It will be awesome. You should be there, and I promise you won't need the soap. I'm not the ring announcer. Chase Emery chimed in to say, Derek Vanderford, this thing's still happening June 3rd. How many phone calls to that event center in Pacolet does it take?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Misty Childers chimed in. She said, "Very awesome." Then
No,
Derek chimed in to say, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm packing our cooler now. I know I'll have my cooler as well."
Trust me, Derek Vanderford was on my list of call makers.
yeah. Are we going to address that at all, Jimmy, or
Yeah,
do you want to just?
we certainly can address that. I am more than okay with addressing that.
The phone call fiasco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, let me explain what happened, and then I'll tell you what I think, who I think's behind it. This event was originally planned to take place at the Welfare Pavilion. At the Welfare Pavilion, we allow adult beverages. We support BYOB. So when the poster was created, it was created with that advertisement on it. When Weather canceled the April 14th event, we decided to not take that chance with this event, and I took it indoors. So I reserved a venue, and we went back and we changed the address on the poster, but we overlooked the beer advertisement. And it didn't actually get caught until we had printed the posters. So as we were putting the paper posters out, we were taking a black Sharpie and blacking out the beer advertisements. But we didn't really pay any attention to the ones online, so they were still getting shared. And of course, there's another promotion that runs at that venue, and well, they were worried. They got somebody down there got concerned and called the venue, letting them know that we were advertising alcohol for the event at that center. But when I spoke to the lady in charge down there, she remembered that we had that discussion. She just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page.
Brino advertising alcohol right now.
Yeah. So we got that squared away. I feel like that if anybody should have been made aware of some bad advertising, it should have been me, not the center, not the venue. But, just like I was talking about earlier, personal attacks, strategy. Well, I feel like that was a strategy from another promotion. But it didn't work, and we will still be there on June the 3rd with a full house. That's me addressing it anyway.
That's fair enough.
But I believe that's who I believe is behind it. But Derek Vanderford could have been in behind it.
Well, I mean, if this man can find me out in the middle of the woods while I'm trying to vacation, then wouldn't put it past him, to be honest with you.
Here's my thing. One thing that drives both Derek Vanderford and Chase Emery is greed. So them not getting a payday by getting a show canceled, doesn't add up as well to me.
Yeah, that makes sense, Ron. That's a good point.
That's just my thought, because there's some greedy bastards.
I think personally, it's because Chase knows who he's up against on June 3rd.
Yeah, that's another good point.
Because they're lucky it ain't Brino.
No, you're gonna have your hands full already, Brino.
I hope so. I hope so.
We're still in this, but we talk about that strategy, getting personal and everything like that. I'm going to sort of paraphrase some Rocky movies all into one little thing. Sometimes anger, fear, frustration, these things can consume a man, but if a man knows how to control them and use them against the opponent, then all that man did was give him the bullets to put in the gun. So we're going to see what happens between the two. And like I said, I ain't calling a winner on this one, because at the end of the night, I'm going to be satisfied because I'm happy to be part of this event.
Yes. True.
I am proud of these two men that are down here in the boxes below us. I really am. So
Well, and I'll go a step further and say that it's always a pleasure to collaborate with Pro Wrestling Union. As you know, there's Classic Pro Wrestling, See No Evil Wrestling, Titan Wrestling, and National Championship Wrestling, all involved in this event, showing that promotions can work together for pro wrestling. Not many people are willing to do that. So, but as you can see, this event is by far the largest event in the Carolinas that's scheduled, and that says a lot. That says a lot by itself. It's going to be hugely entertaining. We got live music. We're going to have a great concession stand, and a boatload of matches. Then they're all main event caliber matches. I don't think you can get a better bang for your buck anywhere else.
And all under the name of the late great David Cody.
Yes, sir. And for anybody that don't know or don't remember David Cody, because I know there's been an influx of new guys over the last few years, this is exactly the kind of event that David Cody would have booked. This was his booking style. He was a man who understood this business completely, was good at what he did, and all the success that Classic Pro Wrestling scene was at the hands of David Cody. So, and I can't think of a better way to pay tribute to him than to bring a bunch of superstars together and show out. And we do it all in his honor.
I agree with that. Now we're going to catch up on comments, and then we're going to go to our closing of this press conference. The ring announcer for the event, Bill Hazelwood, has chimed in. He said, "This is going to be the best indie wrestling show of the year. Not knocking anybody, but this show is on a next level for the fans for what they get, period."
I wonder how much that comment costed.
We split him $50.
Had to have sent him something.
Oh,
There's still a $50 bounty out there for anybody who can show me who called the venue.
This is
well, I'm still gonna slap the shit out of Bill for free if that does anything for you.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This guy, guys, this got really interesting really fast. Chase Emery said JD Drake won't show up, and if he does, I can talk him out of the match. No need for it. And
I highly doubt that.
surprisingly enough, JD Drake himself has chimed in on the stream. Chase Emery, how much money you got? It's not enough, I don't think.
Yeah, his billfold's gotten a little lighter since he lost the Pro Wrestling Union Heavyweight Championship. I do know him that
Hate to
much.
see it.
Yeah, that's true. These two right here are the top guys, right here.
Yep.
I don't hate to see it, but I mean, you know.
And maybe one day Brino and Chase Emery will bump into each other.
It can happen.
It definitely can happen. There is a lot to unpackage with that, with James Drake chiming in here saying that.
That'll be a headache. I have to do enough promo for the both of us.
You wouldn't be alone in that. That's already happened in the past 3 months.
Ooh. What did Bill say?
Brino, I'm going to enjoy watching Bebop slap that smirk off your face.
Bill, if I see you before this match, you won't see that match. Like that, like my plan is not to slap you at a designated time. If I see you tomorrow at the Kmart, I'm gonna slap you. With the next time I see you, I'm slapping the shit out of you. And I gave you my word, and I gotta keep that as a man.
All right, so Jimmy, do we have an alternate ring announcer just in case this happens?
Hey,
if he mispronounced one syllable of my name, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him.
we will. Yeah, we got Ron. We got Ron. Ron will be up.
Ron, bring your suit, bring your tie.
I was already going to be in my suit and tie anyway, but I mean, you're taking me away from my VIP bar. Like that, you know, I mean, my VIP section. Sorry. You're taking me out of the VIP section for that now.
Oh, man. Don't worry. We can get you covered.
Good to go. Let's see here. Chase Emery chimed in and said, enough, but even better. A coupon for all you can bowl for a day at Autumn Lanes. James B. Drake chimed in to say there's a whole lot of goofs on this stream. Chase says he agrees. Chase, you're on the stream.
Yeah.
Chase Emery, that place is trash. Keep your coupons.
Where the hell is Autumn Lanes at?
I don't know what Autumn Lanes is.
It's a bowling.
Bowling's still a thing.
Why are we talking about poor people activities?
I don't know. James Drake said, you ain't slapping shit. Wish.com Muhammad Ali looking ass.
Oh,
man.
You know what? I was gonna be disrespectful, but this is our very first encounter. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
Oh,
Chase said you're the poster boy for goofs being on the show.
We may have to have extra security in the locker room.
It sounds like you're gonna need it. Michael King said, "Ignore the comments. The stars are on the screen, and it's a bowling center in some city in North Carolina.
Forest City.
Oh, Forest City, North Carolina." Dalton Brown has chimed in. Imagine someone trying Brino Royce. Yeah.
Only a goof would spell Forest that way.
Brian Sis chimed in. Good evening, gentlemen. This match will definitely be one hell of a match. No bones about it. If Mr. Royce will come out victorious, continue his reign as the AWL Heavyweight Champion, and will very soon become the new Pro Wrestling Union Heavyweight Champion. Brian Sisk has got a serious thought there.
Yeah.
Bill
You know
Wright.
what? I lied. I damn lied. I'm not gonna step off of James D. Drake. The show is June 3rd. This is my first time seeing you say anything about the show. Welcome to that conversation. Oh man, I just got so pissed off thinking about it. You gonna call Brino a goof, and I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna let you insult my wrestling character, because in real life, as much as you've done, as many people as you wrestled, I know it gotta hurt to think about it's still not as good as your life could have been if WWE had picked you up, but your knee was a bomb just like you are. Keep your damn comments out of my mouth stream.
Jesus Christ.
Man.
Cole, I left mine in the freezer. I need a
Bebop's
drink.
enjoying this, I can tell you.
Well, let's put it this way. June 3rd, and I'll reiterate, it is a dry show.
Yes.
Tonight's not.
Tonight's not a dry night.
Unfortunately, it is, but I can tell you what, when we get back to the pavilion, we'll have some fun.
Bill Wright of Overdriver LLC has chimed in. This show is Indie Mania. I can't wait to meet Mr. Wright at that show.
There we go.
Now I'm trying to catch up on comments. Bill Hazelwood said, 61-year-old washed-up ring announcer. Way to go, Will Smith Jr. Okay.
Will Smith didn't put him on his ass. I will.
Oh, man.
Dalton Brown said, get his ass in my Jimmy Ward voice.
Say it, Jimmy. Come on.
I use extra words.
All right, well, do it. Do it.
Who cares?
We're on Ron
And
show.
as a matter of fact,
You're on my
also,
show.
Ron, you're listening to Brino.
See, I would have said, get his bitch ass.
I refuse to do any more promo for these lazy kids. So please do not share another James D. Drake comment.
Oh, man.
I got to finish up, though. I got to finish that section so we can go into the closing.
You got two champions sitting on this damn show, and you're gonna tell me what you got to do.
Well, it's a,
Yeah, because I'm hosting the press conference. So yeah,
Ron,
this ain't the press podcast. This is a press conference.
Ron, I'm not gonna lie. For once, I actually agree with Brino.
Okay.
We're not talking about the comments. We're talking about me versus the Rolls Royce of wrestling, whatever the hell he wants to call himself. Fact
The
of the
damn
matter
comments
is,
will still be there after I beat
shut
him.
up, little boy. I'm talking.
Oh, wow.
Respect.
All right.
Respect me, boy.
You
All
must
right.
do a
Put
lot of
respect on my
practice
name.
saying that.
All right, gentlemen.
It's here, Brino.
Neutral corner. Neutral corner.
No, let him go.
Brino.
No,
Brino.
I'm
we want to
listening.
reserve
I
this.
won't
Listen,
interrupt you
We want to
again.
reserve
Listen.
this for June 3rd. That's where the money is, on June 3rd.
Isn't it
The
Ron
money is
Ross?
where
Let him go.
Brino is, baby.
Ron be one of them stand over like this with a fight going on.
But Bebop,
June 3rd,
I
Brino.
respect you, and I will not interrupt you again. I look forward to wrestling you, and I want to see what you got to say.
Brino, I want you to know I respect you too. With that said, at the same time, I do not like you. I don't like nothing about you. I don't like your gumball watches. I don't like your $2 glasses. I don't like nothing about you. Me and you have never been friends. Me and you have never been on the same page. I would never be able to walk in the same room as you without slapping the taste out your damn mouth.
Oh, wow.
And June 3rd, you can guarantee that your ass is grass. Because I'm going to stomp the hell out of you. Then I'm going to kick your teeth down your damn throat. And I'm going to take that pretty little gold thing home with me.
You talking about the watch, the ring, the chain, what?
No. I'm not talking about all that fake shit. I'm talking about that gold on your shoulder right there.
Well,
Brino, for once in your life, you will understand what it means to be a bitch. Because I'm going to beat you like one.
wow.
And the next time, Brino, I've been waiting this whole time. I've been waiting 2 weeks to say this. The next time
Yeah,
my
talk to
wife's
Brino.
name come out your mouth, it will be the last day on earth for you. Because
Oh,
I
wow.
will whoop your ass from Timbuktu and back. Believe that.
Okay.
Reno, that who you wanted?
That's the man I wanted, and I'm gonna go ahead and say I think he's not seeing what I've done for him. I think everything we just heard from Bebop is a little bit selfish. He said earlier that I brought up somebody out of him that he ain't been in a long time, and this is the thanks I get. This is the thanks I get after reviving your career. Ain't nobody ever been talking this much about a Bebop match, ever.
Wow.
What I'm going to do, because you are the man, because you are a talented athlete, I love what you can do in the ring, because you are that. On June 3rd, I'm going to relieve you of the responsibility of carrying it like you have been, the burden of being the one, the responsibility of carrying greatness. I'm going to come in, I'm going to take that from you. You're tired, you're old, you can't do it like you used to.
I'm 27, bitch.
And I wish you moved like it still. Like I was saying, nobody loses this match. If I beat Bebop, I'm even in the score. I'm defending my championship. I'm starting my reign the way it should start, defeating the champion. And Bebop, if he beats me, he beat a thoroughbred winner. The only real winner out of this match is going to be the people at that show and the sport of professional wrestling itself.
Phew.
Well, all I can say is the fans are in for one hell of a night. From
Absolutely.
start to finish, I don't know how you could even be looking at your phone doing anything other than recording what's going on, because it's from start to finish, it's just going to be very intense. And I got to say this, the band that we've had a couple different genres last couple of times. We had a rock band, and we had a heavier rock band, and then we had something else. I didn't book that though. But this band is a good band. They can play anything. They're top 40 rock and roll, whatever. I talked to them yesterday, and they said they wasn't going to do any slow songs, which I was glad to hear. They said they're going to come in and they're going to rock it from the time they start till they finish. So nothing like good live entertainment like that, good musical entertainment. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be plenty to eat and plenty of wrestling, plenty of pro wrestling. I think everybody should be locked in by now. Tickets are $15, and day of the show they're $20. I'd get them in advance if I were y'all.
Right.
I wanted to go ahead and add, just as a gesture of goodwill and sportsmanship. Now that I woke up the man that I want up, I will never mention your wife's name again. And June 3rd will just be about seeing who's better.
I think Bebop's pissed now.
Not sure.
I'd be pissed if I had a camera that trash too.
I think I said something about potatoes for cameras earlier today.
So this is your fault, right, Ron?
No,
You
it's not
jinxed
my
it?
fault.
That's what I heard.
Bebop, you're not muted anymore. I muted you earlier because you had a lot of reverb going on, but I've unmuted you. You should be good. I don't know if he can hear me or not, but yeah, somebody said, "Damn, it's time to upgrade from the iPhone 6."
This remind me of you remember when Edge and Christian used to pose?
Yeah,
The 5-second pose.
Yeah.
that's about what it looks like. At any rate,
I can't think of anything else
Oh,
to add to the
No, this
overall
is
appeal to
good.
this
The way it
match.
should be.
But you know what? I'm kind of glad that we did this way, because the way that things were going there for just a few minutes ago, not gonna lie to you, I thought people were gonna have an early preview, and no money would have been made that night.
yeah. If we had done this in person, it would have been a train wreck.
Yeah.
Right. So
I mean, I was prepared for the train wreck. I had all my supplies in my bag. So, but I
Yeah.
never even unloaded my car because I just knew it was coming.
Yeah, I think face to face this could have probably got nasty.
yeah. Well, I've been hitting the gym again just in case I have to get between wrestlers again, because let's face it.
You know to wear knee pads when you're at the pavilion, right? Because that gravel is deadly.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But no car. Yeah. Well, here's the thing: knee pads, no cargo shorts.
Yeah, there you go. Pants would have probably just done the trick.
But still though, and Jimmy, I don't mean to make fun of you, but you got shoved and you got knocked on your ass. I took the biggest slap in the world, and I was still on my feet.
Well,
but I've
disrespectful.
been in this business for a while, so that I had that slight advantage. Not saying you, because I know you a tough man. I know you are.
There's also a considerable size difference between the two of you, and you took a straight up shot, yes, but when Randy Wayne came in and shoved Jimmy across the damn room
I can
up
assure
in
you
North
I had
Carolina.
zero-
Look at Ron already trying to earn his pay for next week. What a man.
Yeah, for real.
Hey,
But
no, look, I just
but no,
remember the
getting
size
shoved.
difference.
But no, I mean, getting shoved like that. I mean, let's put it this way. I don't think Jimmy knew that shove was coming.
Oh darn, he's back.
Brino Bebop showed back up. I don't know if he can hear me or not.
Yeah, I can hear you.
That
there you
unexpected
go.
shove with the power that was behind it. So I can honestly tell you that I had absolutely no control over my body and which direction I was headed at any point in time until I stopped.
Well, I can tell you which direction you were heading in. You went southeast.
Yeah.
Bebop,
But-
did you hear the respect that Brino put on your name?
I think
I can hear you.
Bebop got a better camera now.
Oh, that's what
I'm
it
good.
was.
I can hear you.
Yeah, he
I can hear
right.
you.
Did you hear the respect I put on your name before you left out?
No, I didn't. I didn't hear nothing you said. Nor do I care.
Shame. Oh wow, okay.
But you can repeat yourself if you want to.
Oh,
That's
I
gonna
actually
change the
won't.
fact that I'm gonna slap the
We're,
mess out of you.
I'll probably slap you back. And
I
then
doubt
if
that.
we repeat that process enough times, it's a fight. That's what we get paid to do, right?
I don't get paid to fight. I get paid to win. And that gold will look real, real good on my nightstand.
This gold actually is so pretty to look good on anybody's damn nightstand, but it ain't your concern.
I like both of y'all.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot coming on June 3rd, y'all.
Yeah,
That's what it boils down to. There's a
and
lot
it's
coming on
going.
June 3rd.
It sets a bar. It sets a bar so high, man. It's how do you do better than that? You know,
I mean,
there's a lot
imagine
of great
something like
talent.
that.
And
After
this,
I after I beat Bebop, I should just retire as champion. Like how do I start with a match that great and follow that up?
all right, hypothetical. I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer to that one because, like I said, you and I talk. You don't stop at the top. You go beyond that.
This
You
is
make
true.
the
That's for
new
both. That's
level.
for both of you. Okay, this is just the tip of the iceberg that is on June 3rd for the David Cody Memorial. We can't stress that enough.
It's also why it's the main event.
That's right.
And, to add to that, just because you're at the top doesn't mean you can't make the top even higher and harder to obtain.
Yeah,
There
set
is
the
no
bar so
glass
high.
ceiling. There's no such thing as a glass ceiling. Glass ceiling is monotonous crap spewed by people
I can't.
who
I
can't.
can't wait.
Ain't no
I
ceilings at the
really
pavilion.
Ain't no
Yeah, there.
ceilings.
Yeah, there's no
Ain't no
ceilings at the
ceilings.
pavilion.
Uh,
That's a
uh,
T-shirt, Jimmy. We're
there,
gonna get you the
And
15%.
let
there,
me tell you this: there might be a ceiling over there at the Union County Recreation Center, but just not too long ago, Buggy Wright, when he won that junior heavyweight championship, that roof got blown off.
there will not be a roof in Pacolet after June 3rd.
Exactly.
You know, I'll be honest with you. If I like the way things go down there in the TW Edwards Center, if I become a little fond of the place, who knows?
I mean,
Who knows?
Jimmy, you're talking my language, bud, because it's like 8 minutes from my house, and I can take back roads the whole way. So, we can. And look, I got plenty of lumber. We can bonfire when it's over, have a couple drinks, smoke cigars. Good to go. I got grill out here. We good. We do. That's a good spot, man.
I got a couple different options. I want to take a moment to touch on this. You know, the pavilion's back here and it's no roof and the weather plays a role. But we got so much in store for AWL that we are probably going to reserve venues through the winter to continue running shows. You know, last year we ran a November show and then that was it. But I think we're going to try to continue running through the winter by going indoors. So, those buildings, they look pretty good right now. So, the number one contenders pool for the AWL championship, we got two more spots to fill, and then those guys have to eliminate each other until there's one, and then that'll be another. Provided you win June 3rd, that'll be another opponent for Brino. So
There's a
lots
lot.
in store. Lots in store. Lots on the books.
Lots in store. Lots coming down the pipeline. Gentlemen, Brino and Bebop, in closing, you have anything you'd like to say to your opponent? Bebop?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead
Nope.
and start. I'm sorry. I just
Never
want
mind.
before he go ahead and does that. He didn't hear what I said, and I was just saying how much I did respect you as an athlete, as a talent, as a challenge for me, and the match we did have before, and that I am now gonna retract everything I said about your family, your wife, and I want this to be about the best Bebop, the most aggressive Bebop, going against the Rolls Royce of wrestling, and I won't mention her name again.
Bebop.
Brino, even though I do not like you, I gotta respect the fact that you have come a long way. So I'll leave this. When I kick your ass June 3rd, I'll be sure to at least leave one of your teeth.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, fellas,
Gentlemen,
we know I'll be seeing you. Rest of y'all, I'll be seeing you on June 3rd.
That's right.
Yeah.
Looking forward to Dr. Tom Saturday, by the way.
yes, we'll be talking more about that.
That's a whole
Thursday night.
that's a whole nother whooping I can put on him. Ain't as lethal as I already am, as fast, as pretty, as strong as I already am. I ain't even got the Dr. Tom magic on me yet. That's gonna be a whole nother animal.
Never know. Never know.
And no matter what, both of these titles at the end of this match are just covered in tremendous lineage. We got Chase Emery, Landon Hill, Randy Wayne, and the lineage of this title had to get through Luka Daniels, Deion Johnson. Like, just the lineage between these two titles is about to be elevated.
Ron, do you have not the two event posters, but the third one that was created that has the AEW, Impact, and NWA talent on it? You have that one?
Not that. No.
Okay.
No, not that
Not
one.
that.
Give
Then
me just a second.
the answer is likely no. I do
Now,
not.
that was a damn hell of a poster there. Put that back up till you get the one he wants. Throw that back up. The people need to see that.
I've got it.
And to the audience, don't say Brino ain't never gave you nothing.
Yeah, I get as soon as I get them, I bring them up.
Yeah,
Man,
Yeah, that's it.
Look at that
that's the
poster.
one.
that those are guys and girls who have danced on the big stages. That will be part of the David Cody Memorial. They got Impact, AEW, and NWA talent. The only one that ain't on there is James Drake. Of course, everybody knows Drake's on AEW.
And Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
Yeah, and Ring of Honor.
As long as he stay out my damn business, he can keep going to Ring of Honor and AEW.
Wow.
He wasn't too friendly tonight, was he?
He wasn't. Hurt my feelings. Made me all type of sad.
Let's see.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I've known this man for a long time. He ain't there. He ain't there to elevate your feelings. You know, he's not. He don't give a damn about anybody's feelings. He don't give a damn about his own feelings half the time. He goes out there and he does what he does best, and that is being a blue collar badass.
James Drake ain't about this. I know that. He don't do a lot of that.
Yeah, and now don't get me wrong, he will do a little bit of it, but he only does enough to get the point across.
Yeah.
But Brino, but this is a coaching moment. You're putting yourself on a radar, and if that's your goal, that's a straight shot.
I think James Drake is a different ball game. It's a different ball game.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's a whole other level.
We'll let him have his moment tonight.
But on June 3rd, JD Drake has Chase Emery. But you guys are the main event. Champion versus champion. Bebop, Brino. May the best man win.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
100%.
I will.
All right.
Oh, wow. Gentlemen,
Hey, they've
like I
been
said,
taking shots with each other, for the last couple of weeks and even tonight as well. Might as well let it go. Come
Yeah.
June 3rd, it's going to be something special.
Now, for the next 10 days, I believe it is, you got 10
11.
days to get ready. And whatever you do between now and then, take care of yourself. Be at the David Cody event 100%.
Yes, sir. And Bebop, to you, wishing good health, a good training camp. I want to see the same man I see you tonight, and I wish you the best and healthiest training sessions. Yes, sir.
I wish the best in your recovery.
What a man.
Oh,
Ron, this is your show. You can call it at any moment.
Well,
I've been.
Ashley, like Bebop's hairline, I'm gonna go. You guys have a good night.
Oh my goodness.
He's relentless, Bebop. He is absolutely relentless.
He can talk all he wants. It's a different story on June 3rd. Best believe it.
I can't sit here and say, well, I mean, I said Moody and Suicide, but every single match is just like, they better not be pulling me in every direction on June 3rd because I really want to watch every single match. So,
hey Jimmy, that's what I'm there for.
Yeah. Well, that'll be good because this one, I mean, it's going to be a long time to that one, but everything that happens before then is just to prepare you for this one. This is going to be good. It's going to be really, really good. There's been many matches before, but this one has a lot of pressure on it. It's like a pressure cooker ready to.
Oh, there's a lot to it, man. And for the people that don't understand, this was not. I mean, yes, this chair is comfortable. This chat room tonight was not a comfortable situation.
Got tense.
It got tense. Bebop, I didn't have a chance to thank our other competitor, but I do have a chance to thank you for joining me. I've been trying to get you on the show for a while, and well, seems fitting that this was your first one, and it happens to be a pre-match press conference involving your main event matchup coming up at the David Cody Memorial.
Thank you for having me.
All right. You have a great night, sir. Cole, Jimmy.
Yes.
Oh, that did not work out. There we go.
I like to do it the other way.
I didn't. It was too zoomed in. I ain't that pretty. Look.
Well, neither did both of us, but
Well, we got to catch up on the comments because, they wanted the comments to stop. We're going to run through the comments. We're going to say our closing thoughts, and then we're getting the hell up out of here. Because I believe all three of us have early mornings ahead.
Yeah, I got to finish packing for Los Angeles. So,
by the way, got you. Appreciate you. So, after Dalton Brown said, "Get his ass," in my Jimmy Ward voice, James D. Drake chimed back in and said, "Poor people activities. I bowl 4 nights a week, and some weekends, promise you my net worth is 327 times those damn Family Dollar sunglasses you're wearing."
Yeah, it was hell on his sunglasses tonight.
Oh my God.
Dalton Brown said, "The Pavilion, a.k.a. the greatest venue on earth." Chase Emery
Has Dalton
said,
been there? Has he been here?
I think wait a minute, maybe.
I don't know if Dalton's ever been there or not. I can't remember. And the reason I know he would have seen it would have been because of he's seen it live on video from me or whoever did some of the other video work there. Chase Emery said they were Dollar Tree glasses.
That's where Derek Vanderford gets his scarves from.
It looks like that's where he gets his suits from too. James D. Drake said, "That's the best you got, really. My knees are plenty good enough to be performing for the top wrestling company on America." I think he meant in America. The same class that I would have been hired with got let go. Where do you work exactly? Shut your bitch ass up. Robert Allen from the Allen Brothers chimed in to say, "Bebop for the win." Carolina Wrestling Network has chimed in. Everybody was in this bitch tonight. We are just ready to meet all this phenomenal talent. James Drake said, "As this live stream is happening, I'm on a plane to Vegas to work." Very cool. June 3rd, be happy my name will provide a crowd for you. Dalton Brown said, when's the diss track dropping? Because it's fire. There's a diss
I don't
track?
know that it can now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But Robert Allen said Bebop is fire. Brian said, Mr. Royce will knock your teeth down your throat so far you have to drop your pants to chew your damn food. Okay. Chase Emery getting awfully chummy with his opponent. We got to share the poster. Imagine if Hulk Hogan had Facebook and shared the poster for WrestleMania 3, it would have drew more than 90-something thousand. Well, here's the kicker to that. We're not in the fucking 80s anymore. I know your promos are cut like a generic version of Jumping Jeff Farmer.
The last show that Chase Emery was in Pacolet, he didn't share the poster either, and they didn't draw.
That goes beyond the point.
He's also on a current poster that probably won't draw.
I mean, they didn't
What
have.
is this light doing?
It's me. I don't know.
But
here's my thing. Chase is talking about, Drake and WrestleMania and all that, and that's fine. Listen, in the 80s, there wasn't as much to do. As you know now, everybody's got this little gimmick in their fucking hand, and it's a TikTok universe. The most popular thing on YouTube right now is not the long videos, it's the reels. Want my proof? Go check out Pro Wrestling Union's clips that they're producing that are garnering, what are we looking at, 400% views over full wrestling shows that are on there? I think I'm right with that. I am right with that analogy. So there's that, and that's proving my point. To your credit, you're also talking about Hulk Hogan in the 80s. Yeah, a little difference there, guy. But also, Chase sharing a poster, it's so hard to click. Oh, shit, I just shared a poster by accident. Chase may
have to wear the stars and stripes, but he's not the real American Hulk Hogan either. So putting yourself in the same category is like it's like comparing a ham sandwich to filet mignon on the scales of what this industry is.
Are y'all trying to say that his poster sharing capabilities are as good as his promos?
No,
we can ask Rayhan about that.
Yeah, there's one good one. And in my
Rayhan would be an expert on that.
In my estimation, Chase Emery, as far as a promo goes, sounds like a generic Jumping Jeff Farmer. So there's that.
Well, I'm not going to try to get on Rayhan's bad side. I heard he eats stale crackers for breakfast. So
apparently he does, because he destroyed Chase's pasty white ass in that encounter at APW Chester. I actually paid to watch that encounter.
Let's go to more of those comments, Ron. I got a lot of stuff to do tonight.
I'm sorry. Let's see. Bebop's chops are top tier. James Drake said, I've done one better. Talked about it personally to people face to face. There you go.
There you go.
If this keeps up, we're going to have 2 vacant title belts because these 2 men are going to kill each other. Will Hazelwood said June 3rd, be 5 feet from the ring and 10 feet from the violence and the greatness. James E. Drake said, Bebop, love you, bud, but your ass looking like a black Kung Lao with that hat on.
Well, I wish we could have gotten that while they were still on.
So, hold on. The wrestlers and everybody was saying ignore the comments, so I ignored the comments. But here's the thing. It would have, and for the people that don't get that, Kung Lao is a Mortal Kombat character. So
we talking about all these young kids nowadays, they play video games all the time. So
yeah, but it's not all young people in this chat room.
I don't know, at least 40 years old knows what Mortal Kombat is.
Most people.
Finish him.
Hey, look, he proved me wrong. Good job, Jimmy. Little too late. Face on Bebop.
That is too little, too late. Face. Oh, I don't know.
I don't either. I don't get that one. Not someone Dalton Brown. the Pavilion is the greatest venue on the indie scene. Uncle Jimmy, don't let him do you like that. I see we're way behind. Oh, don't break. Welcome back, Flip Phone. That was the issues that he was having. John Matthews chimed in. This is a fight to see. Yeah, it's going to be that. Set a new bar for champions to come. This is accurate. The Top Dog versus the Rolls Royce of Wrestling. David Estacado, my co-host from the Thursday Night Indie Spotlight, chimed in. He said, well, Clash of Champions. Oh, and Dalton was trying to get that diss track out. I don't know what's going on with that. Bill Wright said the evolution of a champion. This is a whole nother level. Uncle Drake will be a force to reckon with. Brino Royce versus Bebop will be match of the night, and the winner will have to earn it. Uriah, what are you doing here? He chimed in to say, look at these suck-ass champions. All right, look. So because I don't know if you two know this guy or not, I do. When this bastard runs the rope, he moved the ring about 4 inches. And that's no bullshit. God is my witness. I had to back up and grab a hold of the rope because I thought the bitch was going.
Well, gentlemen, my time is run out.
All right, sir. Well, thank you very much for your time. I'm going to finish these comments up, and then I'm getting out of here myself.
Yeah. Later, guys.
Later.
See ya.
David Escato said, this escalated and will come to a head on June 3rd. Bill Wright laughing his ass off. Blockbuster matches, 10 main event matches. What is up? I've watched as much Pavilion video as I can. I can't wait to see it in person soon, but it is so special and different from any other venue just from seeing it. David said he's hyped. Thomas Scott from Titan Wrestling Society chimed in. He said, what's up, guys? I will see y'all Saturday. Yes, you will.
He means next Saturday, probably.
I might see him Friday. I never know. I might see him Friday. He may show up Saturday. Who knows?
Yeah, because I think he told me he wasn't coming to the seminar, but he is coming to the show.
Well, I'll be in his hometown Friday night, so I might see him then because I'll be in Charlotte. Carolina Wrestling Network said, Dalton Brown, there aren't words for how special that place feels. Uriah said, this is funny. These are the best champions y'all have to offer. Bruno sucks and Bebop sucks. Uriah Hoss, don't make me get Quest on your ass and have him train you down to bring you here to where we run things in South Carolina. It's a little bit different ball game than what you're used to. Rayhan destroys everything in his path, his words through his hands. Let's see here. Sorry, I studied all of Ron Emerson Jr.'s great promos, Pasty White. I'm tan and we did our job, got money in your pocket. Thanks, Ron.
Got your money in my pocket.
Yeah, I paid to see Rayhan. I could give two shits less about you. Let's see here. I cleared my schedule. I will be there Saturday. That's awesome.
Oh, okay, cool.
Dude's a stacked monster. And Tim Godfrey chimed in to say he is ready for the show. We are now caught up on comments.
Yeah, Tim's a ref. Tim's going to be a ref.
Tim's going to be a ref there.
Yeah.
Look, no matter what, there's shows everywhere, but there ain't shows like this one. You got so many things going on. You got 10 matches. It's going to be a kick-ass night of professional wrestling. It's going to be a kick-ass time for live entertainment.
Throw that one up there. That's got all of them on one thing. And just looking at that, it's like, damn, But I truly believe I couldn't have paid tribute to David Cody no other way. No less than 10 matches in a band. There it is. That's a lot. Look at that talent.
It is. That's a lot of talent in one location. I'm getting rid of some of the alternative flyers for this. But man, I can't wait. It's going to be an awesome night of professional wrestling. It's going to be a great time for everybody involved, and we hope to see you all there. Jimmy Ward, you got anything left?
Bro, I'm headed to bed.
All right.
Rock Hill's calling my name at 4 a.m.
Yeah, there's that. There's that.
And then I'll have to get back. I'll get back about 9 and get something else.
Well, you have fun. I'll be leaving for Greenville shortly thereafter. So you guys, thank y'all for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks for all the comments, including one of my huge advertisers right now, Chase Emery, Target Mark. Hey, congrats. By mentioning my name on your page and mentioning my shit, all you're doing is making me more valuable to everybody else out there. That's how this business works.
Is this sarcasm aimed at you?
Yeah, it is. It's supposed to be aimed at me, but he doesn't realize that that's a two-way street. It works both ways because you and Drake jammering on here does nothing but make me more fucking money too. I mean,
I'm glad Drake tuned in.
Where's the loss, man? Where's the loss? There isn't a loss.
I'm just glad he tuned in.
I am too. That's awesome. Joe Kazana told me over the weekend, or last weekend in Tennessee, he said those guys are always watching and you never know it. So that just goes to show you who's watching and who's not, man.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm working on Takeover too, putting some stuff together for Takeover. Won't be as big as this event, but will be damn good.
100%. All right, Mr. Ward. Thank you again. Bro. All right. I want to say thank you once again to everybody who chimed in tonight, all the comments. It was greatly appreciated, all y'all. Thank you again to Brino and Bebop for being here and having that conversation with each other. Got a little heated, got a little tense, but everything came through. Once again, to the promoters, Cole and Jimmy, thank you guys both for joining us. And I know everybody's busy and everybody's got a lot going on. Guys, Thursday night, Indie Spotlight coming at you live, 8 p.m. We're going to be talking about XWW as well as the Dr. Tom Pritchard seminar coming up. You also never know who's going to show up because there's a whole lot of shows out there. And we've been keeping our eye on every prize that we can. So, folks, once again, thank you very much for being here. Greatly appreciated. Appreciate all the comments. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you at the Indies.